They're only walking home. Sounds so simple, doesn't it? Walking home. But Sebastian Franklin and Nina Lucas didn't make it home on the evening of the 5th of May. They were attacked and beaten by a bunch of teenagers who didn't like the way Nina was dressed. Seb died from his injuries the following day in hospital. This is a case of joint enterprise murder. We shall present evidence that proves that the two defendants are both at the scene of the crime and that together they kicked Sebastian Franklin to death. And this was the call that you took on Wednesday, May the 5th at 7:29. Can we play the recording, please?
Emergency, which service?
Ambulance. I need an ambulance. Harbour Street. Where the field, my girlfriend's been beaten up. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You're all right, you. Nina Lucas. You're all right. You're all right. I love you. I love you.
Lydia Fowler, paramedic. Can you describe the scene as you arrived at the waste ground?
The injured couple were on the ground, unconscious. It was obvious that they had been assaulted.
You assume this because?
They had cuts and bruising to their faces. Both were in a pretty bad way.
Tony Shalford, crime scene investigator. And so you took a number of blood samples from the scene of the attack. And what did these blood samples tell you?
There was at least 17 meters between the most significant amount of blood from Seb Franklin to the blood samples we found from Nina Lucas.
This would seem that there were two separate attacks.
Yes, but we can't be sure they happened simultaneously. The blood pattern is consistent that after the attack, Sebastian Franklin crawled over to where Nina Lucas lay and called the emergency services.
Professor Hamza Patel, Home Office accredited forensic pathologist. And so, were you able to ascertain the cause of death, Professor Patel?
Seb died of a brain hemorrhage consistent with a head trauma. His injuries strongly suggest that he was kicked repeatedly on the body and on the head. There were also injuries on his hands, which are consistent with him attempting to defend himself from the blows.
Can you tell how many people might have caused these injuries?
Without clear shoe markings or any other evidence, it's just not possible to say with confidence.
Just to be clear, Professor Patel, you say you can't be sure exactly how many people were involved in the assault on Seb, but given your examinations, is it possible that it was only one person? That one person alone caused Seb's injuries?
It is possible, yes.
Thank you.
D.S. Swain, can you tell us how exactly does the forensic evidence place both Corey and Kelly at the scene of the attack?
There were traces of Seb's blood on both their trainers and Kelly's dress.
But Corey's clothes are still missing.
We've searched the river where he told us he threw away his rucksack, but we've yet to find it.
It was in his second statement that he says he panicked, and that's why he threw away his clothes.
That's right. Corey came to the station voluntarily. He admitted he was there when the attack took place, but claimed he wasn't involved other than trying to stop it.
And Kelly?
She eventually admitted she was there when we brought her back in for questioning.
And this was the last voicemail Seb left for his mum. Can we play the recording, please?
Hi, Mum. Just wanted to make sure you're all right. Everything's going okay. You're behaving yourself. And none of the hens are dragging you up the wall. All right, just keep the faith, yeah?
D.S. Swain, we all heard the voicemail and the laughter in the background, but do you have any actual evidence that the person laughing was the same person who kicked Seb?
No, we don't.
So is it not more likely then that the person laughing was a bystander, an observer of what was going on?
What we know for sure is that Kelly was close to Seb's phone. Close enough to have been heard laughing. Close enough to have kicked Seb.
For my next witness, I call Nina Lucas.
I do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. People often get a bit freaked out by the way I dress. They like to stare, say anything they like. Sometimes I think I should just ignore it and walk away, but it can be difficult when people can be so cruel. Seb knew this. He always supported me.
Can you tell us what happened after you and Seb left the wasteland?
We hid for a bit, then started walking home, but we knew they were following us.
And what happened next?
We started walking more quickly, looking around and that. We thought maybe we were okay. And Seb had a missed call from his mum. He was ringing her back when suddenly they came at us.
Who came at you?
Corey, Kelly, Eli and Jay. They threw a can at us. It all happened really quickly. Someone pushed Seb from behind, and I heard Kelly laughing, and then I was pushed over too.
If you need to take a break.
No, I'm fine.
And what happened next?
I got up and I ran. I tried to run away. There was 2 boys chasing me, and I tripped and I was on the ground, and I looked back and I saw Corey kicking Seb and Kelly telling him to stop.